My colleague, Mr. Singh, talked about the, on average, woman is different from men. That's on average. But now I discuss about the Asian woman. There are a lot of similarity Asian women against the Western counterparties, but there are some differences on Asian women on average. So we are looking at especially on 3 countries, India, China, and Japan. So we asked their women what is their most challenging. But this is quite consistent that women are mostly challenging about their time. The triple challenging of time is the consistent phenomena across the all Asian countries. In addition, we also asked them what is your aspiration, what is your desire, which is quite also consistent with what we found from Western market. Their number 1 aspiration or desire is financially secured. Financial stability is their number one desire. And also they have a lot of desire around the professional development. And the last, their desire is spend more time with the family, which is all quite consistent with what we found from the global. But however, Asian woman has some of quite different characteristics. The first characteristic is Asian women, on average, they're quite optimistic about the future. They're optimistic about their country, they're optimistic about their community, and also they're quite optimistic about the global. And lastly, they're quite optimistic on their life and then their family. It's mainly because most of Asian countries are high growth industry, and then they see a lot of changes in a better way. So they could have a more optimistic view. On the other hand, we just talk about the women are more controlled and the women are more influential on the household spending. But in Asia, on average, even including Japan, China, and India, woman is still less control or less influential on their household spending compared to Western counterparties. It's because of most of the women still highly rely on their spouse's income, and then they tend to less control on the financials. Regarding their area of customization, we found that in global market study, women are less satisfied about the financial service product and then some of consumer durables. But strangely, if you look at the Asia, especially in India and China, women are still more focusing on the personal care, and then their household goods are still their number 1 priority for customization, but less on the financial products and then consumer durables. It's also linked to that they still control their own household consumption as well as the personal care consumptions. This is also quite different from the Western consumers. Having said that, we should not assume that all the Asian women is one customers. That's not quite true. If you look at Asia, we have a broader spectrum of the economic development, cultural difference, as well as the ethnic background difference. If you compare their GDP per capita in India, China, and Japan, their education level and then working participation, there are huge difference. With that, we have a strong difference across the countries. Before I discuss about the specific example, this is our study around the personal care market evolution. In most of our consumer good company industries or products, there are 5 stages of development. In first 2 stages, mostly focusing on mass product, and then stage 2 is mostly premium product. And then stage 3 and 4 is more on the mass, low-end, plus premium. So in a stage 1 and stage 2, market drive by the mass product. But in stage 2, most of consumers try to trade off for more premium product. In a stage 3, we see that the mass product and the low-end product is developing together. In a stage 4, however, trade down is the most majority phenomena. If we apply those 5 stages of a country evolution, we see that the Asian country is in the stage from 1 to 4 across the all stage. For instance, in Japan is a stage 4, and Hong Kong is a stage 4. In India, on average, is stage 1. And Philippines is a stage 2, and then Thailand is a stage 3. So we shouldn't assume that the Asian woman consumers are at the same stage, especially for their areas of a trade up and trade down. In fact, if you look at their answer on where are the areas they want to actually spend more, women, it's quite different. Indian consumers, women consumers, they try to spend much more money on food and then household product, while Chinese women heavily focusing on their personal care products, such as cosmetics. And Japanese women, they are more focusing on travel and then their experience-related products. So Asian woman is not the same because of their economic development stage. In addition to that, their ethnic and then cultural differences majority influence on their products, their spending. For example, if you look at their economic stage of similarity, Vietnam and India, if you compare those two countries, in the case of consumer products such as cosmetics, Indian consumers are more interested about the color cosmetics, while Vietnam and other underdeveloped China customers are more interested about the skincare products like whitening. If you look at the Indonesian countries, Indonesian women consumers are far more interested about the perfume, but less interested about skincares and then color cosmetics. It's all linked with their cultural and then ethnic background. In conclusion, we discussed about the global power of women consumers. They control more than 2/3 of total global consumption. The portion will increase going forward. And also they have more influence on their all kind of their personal as well as household consumptions. This will increase more. On the other hand, the women are quite unsatisfied with a category like financial service products, consumer durables. In Asia's personal care and then household care, they feel that their customization level is quite focused on men, not for women. So there are huge opportunity to capture those customers by meeting their needs. What their needs are, number one, their time constraint. As we discussed, the triple challenge of time consuming is the one of biggest their unmet needs. So if you actually find a way to reduce or leverage their time spending, it will be a good opportunity. Regarding Asia, Asia is somewhat different from Western economy because they are still in emerging market and also their ethnic and then cultural background. And also, if you actually look at the Asian country, in each country has the different stage of economic development, and also their cultural difference will influence their spending patterns and then area of interest. Thanks for listening our study. I guess our study is not actually giving you an answer on your own business. It's more on the sharing our current observation. I hope that we could have another opportunity to discuss more about your business by leveraging our study. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I request Joseph George, Chief Executive Officer, Lowe Lintas, India, to please come on stage and hand over a token of appreciation. gentlemen, I have an announcement. If you could please wait for a moment.